Oh my God. Oh, look at that. Holy smokes, man.
Rejoice, 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 all ye who has spirit in you, rejoice. Elon Musk has come to save Twitter and save free speech. That's right, the White Knight, the first African-American to potentially own his own social media company that is publicly traded or privately traded. We'll see what Elon wants to do. A full measure offer has been made this morning to buy Twitter. 100% full stock, ready to go. Elon Musk is betting the bank on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so very, very excited for this incredible update, and we are thrilled to be witnessing what may be the greatest advancement of free speech since the writing of the Declaration of Independence. Never has there been a time where there has been more corrupted narratives and more misinformation and disinformation shoved down your throat to create narratives, rig elections, and defy the will of the people than right now currently on social media. Social media is the de facto public square. It is the space where we all gather, and there are operators inside of these companies who are Democrat apparatchiks. They don't operate in good faith. They don't care about their users. They want to suppress you, your voice, the information that you can see, and indeed to rig elections and push narratives for their own prescribed political opinions. Elon Musk saw this firsthand with a massive purchase of 10% stock in Twitter. Elon Musk is the largest shareholder in Twitter right now. But Elon Musk upped the ante and gave a full-scale offer this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I am on baby watch right now with my wife and I, so we had very little sleep last night. This morning, Elon Musk set on the table a $41 billion hostile takeover bid to just buy Twitter entirely and take it private. What a joyous moment in American history. Here we go. Reading from the Daily Mail, Twitter says that it will carefully review Elon Musk's offer to buy the entire social media network after he launched a $41 billion hostile takeover bid to take the company private and unlock its extraordinary potential. Yes! Here we go. Elon Musk has launched a hostile takeover bid of Twitter to bring the company private, $41 billion in an all-cash deal, telling the chairman of the board in a letter, Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it. Here's what Fox News has to say about this incredible offer.
Going to the weekend, we find out he's like, forget it, don't want to be on the board. And people thought, what's he going to do next? Now we know.
Yes, this allows him to buy all of the shares if he wants to, if he doesn't serve on the board.
So he's making an offer to buy it.
Yes, he is making an offer to buy Twitter, acquiring all outstanding shares of Twitter for $54.20 each.
So here's a direct quote from the letter that Elon Musk sent to Twitter's chairman in an SEC filing just this morning. We just got this news about a half hour ago. It says, I invested in Twitter as I believe in its potential to be the platform for free speech around the globe. And I believe free speech is a societal imperative for a functioning democracy. However, since making my investment, I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve this societal imperative in its current form.
No kidding.
Twitter needs to be transformed as a private company. As a result, I am offering to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash, a 54% premium over the day before I began investing in Twitter, and a 38% premium over the day before my investment was publicly announced. My offer is my best and final offer. And if it is not accepted, I would need to reconsider my position as a shareholder. Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it.
Elon Musk doing God's work. The White Knight of free speech. Directly from the heart of Africa, Elon Musk is indeed a native of South Africa and is coming to America in order to liberate free speech in this country. Twitter confirmed on Thursday that it will receive the offer and debate the offer. The Twitter board is meeting right now as we speak. In fact, Twitter is having a all-staff conversation at their headquarters, which will be the world's saltiest tear fest. That's right. I hope that there are giant inflatable rafts at Twitter headquarters in order to navigate the flood of salty lib tears that will be flowing throughout their headquarters from the pink-haired Democrat activists who call themselves health conversational experts at Twitter who wish to censor you and me, and it cannot be stated enough how important this conversation is right now in this country. Because Twitter is, whether you like it or not, a massive public square where people debate and where conversations and narratives are set. Much like every industry, the political class focuses and fixates on a single platform, and that platform is Twitter, unfortunately. That platform has the capacity and the power to set narratives and to unleash conversations, to boost and lift up and signal boost lefty freakazoids and their horrible ideas, and to, of course, tear down, censor, and dogpile conservatives who dare utilize their God-given right to free speech. Build your own social media platform, they screamed. You don't like us censoring you or deplatforming you, deplatforming the president, deplatforming some of our favorite conservatives online like Charlie Kirk or the Babylon Bee. You don't like us ripping down their accounts? Well, you can build your own Twitter. And Elon Musk says, no, actually, I think I'd rather just buy my own Twitter. In fact, I'll buy your Twitter, and then I'll take it private. And they go, no, you can't do that. This is a private company. And Elon says, yes, now it's my private company. It's amazing that we've gotten to this point, and they're in a very, very bad way at Twitter, because if they refuse this offer, they will not be obliging to the fiduciary duties that they have as shareholders to deliver value to the people who have bought Twitter stock. That is the purpose of a shareholder, to make sure that the stock goes up and that value is being delivered to those who invested their hard-earned money in your company instead of someone else's company. That's the purpose of an open and free exchange, a free market. You can take your money where you see fit, and you can invest in things that you believe will deliver you a return on your investment. Twitter, when Elon Musk bought it, was selling at about $30 a share. Elon Musk is offering 54 and change, so that is a massive increase. I think many people will be happy. Twitter, of course, has been plunging through the core of the earth in their stock price after kicking the president off the platform. The president had 80+ million followers. It was a huge draw to follow Donald Trump, whether you liked it or not on that platform, whether you thought it was healthy or not. And so the elimination of that account, and then the open persecution and suppression of conservatives' ideas and free speech. Parag Agrawal, the current CEO of Twitter, said openly that he's not for the First Amendment. He doesn't like the First Amendment, and it's not about the First Amendment on Twitter. He says it's not about being heard, it's about who can be heard in comments to a podcast. So the goal of Twitter is to lift up voices of Democrats, leftists, and to create a false echo chamber in order to push policies and narratives, and indeed, yes, rig elections. Because how much damage was done by the Hunter Biden suppression laptop story? That was done first and foremost on Twitter. You would get banned from Twitter for tweeting it. The New York Post was locked out of their account for weeks for banning, for writing, for daring to have the temerity to write a story that is true and is the biggest political bombshell in American history, the biggest political scandal in American history. Hunter Biden's laptop ties directly into Joe Biden and his criminality, and directly lays bare the criminality of the entire Biden family. It is the biggest story in America. It's the biggest political story, and we've been on this story every single day. What if Elon Musk had owned Twitter at that time? Would Joe Biden even be president? What if Americans knew about Hunter Biden's laptop and people were forced to ask Joe Biden hard questions about his son's business dealings? Would we have the government and the collapsing America that we have today? It's a good question. Polling has found actually that the majority of people, a plurality of people who voted for Joe Biden, would not have voted for Joe Biden if they had known that the laptop was real and if they had known about the contents of the laptop. So this is a harrowing and dangerous moment for the Democrat Party, because they are losing two apparatchiks now. With CNN, they are losing a megaphone where even some people still listen to CNN, and CNN can still set narratives. They are losing that with the Discovery takeover of CNN, and the what will be the wholesale gutting of the staff over at CNN. A very tight haircut is going to happen there, and we have many sources telling us that. And then the loss of Twitter, which has been fixing for the Democrat Party narratives and elections for a very, very long time. Now, the board, of course, is in a terrible position because the board can't just reject this offer. That means they're not maintaining their fiduciary duties to their shareholders. That means they're in violation of their shareholder trust. Shareholders could sue the company. Elon Musk says in his offer that he would immediately rescind or rethink his position in Twitter. He would sell his stock. He would tank the stock lower than it's ever gone. Twitter would become a worthless company. It already technically is. And ladies and gentlemen, this would, of course, be extra bad. Then the board would have to resign. The Twitter management would have to resign. It would be the end of days for the company. So we have a very, very interesting proposition before us. Sell to Elon Musk or collapse your company. What a wonderful devil's bargain. How goblin mode can you go? Musk said in his offer, I am making my investment. I now realize the company will neither thrive nor serve its social imperative in its current form. Twitter needs to be transformed into a private company. Musk said he's not going to be debating or going back and forth with the shareholders on an offer. This is my best and final offer, Musk said. Musk continued, as a result, I am going to buy 100% of Twitter for $54.20 per share in cash. 54% premium up from the day I began investing. That is a huge win. Twitter has an extraordinary potential, and I will unlock it. Musk added that his offer is not a threat, it's a good faith investment with the changes that need to be made to this company. He added those changes won't happen without taking the company private, where Elon Musk could reveal the true nature of Twitter. The true nature of Twitter was revealed in a wonderful thread by our friend Buck Sexton on this show on Twitter. And of course, we have to pause for a moment and read to you from Buck because, ladies and gentlemen, this really gets at the root of the issue here for what Twitter is doing and why libs are losing their damn minds about this purchase right now. Buck Sexton says, think about the implications here. Twitter has been effectively given an in-kind donation to Democrat politicians for years, perhaps for decades, entitling elections to swing in favor of Democrats outside the reach of the Federal Election Commission. Partisan activists posing as conversational health specialists at Twitter have been throttling conservative accounts for years. I have personal experience with this. Every conservative on Twitter has personal experience with this. When suddenly you can't search for your account. When suddenly no one can find your tweets. Where your account just goes dead. Covertly or overtly, they claim it's the algorithm. Does anybody really think that the New York Post story on Hunter Biden's laptop is the only massive election-impacting story that Twitter has suppressed? What else have they decided to be throttled quietly behind the scenes? What topics and ideas were systematically elevated via Twitter censors and leftist boosters over the years? Great numbers of absolute lunatic Marxists on here with blue hair and blue checks and 100,000 followers have been advocating for all manner of evil on this platform and have been boosted for it. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that the depth of Twitter's propaganda efforts in favor of the left is stunning. When it will be exposed to public view, people will be shocked. The platform steered, if not stole, elections. It allowed for consistent pile-on humiliations of conservatives, always protecting lunatic libs from public rebuke and humiliation from their moronic ideas. And that is the purpose here. They banned the Babylon Bee and they banned conservative accounts because they cannot fight. They cannot win. The left cannot and will not win in a free and open market of ideas. If the Constitution is followed, if our Bill of Rights is followed, the left collapses. They must have censorship. They must have narrative control because they are Marxists, because they are communists. Do you think that people actually believed Pravda in the Soviet Union, the media organ of the Soviet Party? No one actually believed Pravda, but people believe what they see on Twitter. You see, the problem is that people don't understand exactly how fixed our national narratives and conversations are, and inside of a free exchange of ideas, what would burst forth is freedom on a level that we have never seen before. The conversation that has been happening in our Benny show, in our live, with in this community, which, by the way, we thank you so much in this community because we have been hitting record numbers and we're so excited to be growing and to be able to nurture and build amongst each other something new and something wonderful and something free. This would send a signal to Google. It would send a signal to Facebook. It would send a signal about freedom and the power of freedom in an open market. If Elon Musk did this, the value of Twitter would go through the roof because people actually want to live inside of these morals and within these virtues. The vast majority of people do not want censorship. It is merely the fanatical and fascistic left. You got to ask yourself, who are the good guys and who are the bad guys? Hans, are we the baddie? Yes, you are. If you wish to censor or silence someone's speech, you are the baddie. If you wish to control their lives or control what medicine they can put inside their body, or what you can say about medicine, well then you are the baddie. If you wish to own another human being, their thoughts, their words, and their bodies, then you are a master and you believe in slavery. The modern day left is indeed that. That's why you're seeing people like Max Boot, who works for the Washington Post, which is an oligarch-owned newspaper by Jeff Bezos, scream that democracy will only be protected if we are able to censor speech. These people are such clowns and fascist clowns at that. They do not know from which they speak, and they do not understand that they are the baddies. Hans, are we the baddies? We got skulls on our caps. You are the baddies. The modern day left are the baddies, and this is what I think is so important right now. The conversation was always, we don't censor on Twitter. We don't censor on Twitter. It's the algorithm. It's the algorithm. It's the algo. It's very complicated technology. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because you wouldn't be so concerned about your precious algorithms and your capacity to censor if Elon Musk took over. You follow? Now they're screaming that if they don't have the capacity to censor, all will be lost. If they lose the mouthpieces in CNN, if they lose the mouthpieces on Twitter and the ability to suppress their enemies, then all is lost. That's why they're freaking out. You want to see what someone values, start to take it away, right? You want to see what someone values, grab the object and take it away from them and see if they freak out and demon scream. And that's what the left is doing right now. Yes, censorship and oppression of ideas is exactly how they gain power, and it's the only thing that keeps them in power, and they damn well know it, and that's why they're losing their God-loving minds over Elon purchasing Twitter. What will happen? Let's continue to read. The billionaire entrepreneur said on Thursday that he will buy all of Twitter stock for $54.20 per share. That's 18% above the current market price. It's a great deal. Elon said that the changes must happen at the company in order for it to be unleashed, and he will be the one to unleash its potential. The board might reject Elon Musk's offer. Well, then he could approach the shareholders who may accept the offer. Investopedia notes that shareholders often accept the tender offer when it's sufficient premium to market values or if they are unhappy with the current management. Musk could also employ a proxy fight in which opposing groups of stockholders attempt to persuade other stockholders to let them use their shares as proxy votes. If the Tesla CEO were able to acquire enough proxies, he could then use them to vote to accept his offer. Twitter does not have measures in place that could defend the company from a potential hostile takeover. Twitter bylaws limit shareholders' abilities to call special meetings or to call the shots in investor meetings. The company also has the right to issue preferred shares that would give certain shareholders voting rights over other shareholders. It's unclear how many of those preferred shares were issued, as Twitter did not immediately respond to the Daily Mail's request to comment. So this is the Daily Mail, of course, going into how, if indeed Elon Musk took this company over, he could still, if indeed the board rejects Elon Musk's takeover of the company, he could still take over the company by continuing a hostile assumption of shares and power and leverage inside of the company. And all you need, I would suppose, is 50+1. And we know that Paul Singer, who is of the right, man of the right, is a massive shareholder at Twitter as well. But ultimately, you have to argue that if somebody is making an offer to make all of your investors extremely rich and buy the company and give everyone a big bonus on their investment, then you have a fiduciary duty to say yes to that offer and to get your shareholders their cash. If you do not do it, man, they're in a terrible position right now. If the Twitter board refuses and rejects this offer, well, then they may be sued by all of their multi-millions of investors around the world for abandoning their fiduciary duty and making everyone poor. Because Elon could then just tank the company. If you just sell 10% of the company at a fire sale, you could just destroy all of Twitter's value. Ladies and gentlemen, what kind of a man is Elon Musk? Why is he going goblin mode? What is he doing right now? We have a couple of clips that sort of illuminate the man who is Elon Musk. Elon Musk, in the arena, asked about his Twitter usage on 60 Minutes. Check it out.
You tweet a lot.
I use my tweets to express myself. Some people use their hair. I use Twitter.
Well, but you use your tweeting to kind of get back at critics.
Rarely.
You kind of have little wars with the press.
Twitter is a war zone. If somebody's going to jump in the war zone, it's like, okay, you're in the arena. Let's go.
Elon Musk. I'm sorry, I'm just reading breaking news right now from our team. Breaking: Twitter shareholder Saudi Prince Al Waleed rejects Elon Musk's bid to buy the company. Waleed said, "I don't believe that the proposed offer comes close to the intrinsic value of Twitter, given its growth prospects. Being one of the largest long-term shareholders of Twitter, Kingdom Holdings Company, I reject this offer." So we will wait to see if that is a full board rejection, if that just means his vote is the deciding vote. I doubt that, but I suppose we are listening to the breaking news as it happens. What will Elon Musk do next? Elon Musk was asked about his ideas and his opinions on wokeness in an interview with the Babylon Bee, now banned on Twitter. Wokeness, of course, describes how Twitter operates and how their business model operates. Wokeness is at the core of everything that Twitter does. It is what makes the platform so poisonous and everyone who works there such a freak. Listen to Elon Musk rip the heart out of wokeness.
You were pretty mean to Senator Warren, though, on Twitter recently. You slammed her, man. Please don't call the manager on me, Senator Karen.
She struck first,
Yeah.
obviously.
Right.
Yes, she did.
She called me a freeloader.
Yeah.
And a grifter who doesn't pay taxes, basically. And I'm literally paying the most tax that any individual in history has ever paid this year, ever. And she doesn't pay taxes, basically at all. And her salary is paid for by the taxpayer, like me.
Could you even use TurboTax? Would that even work?
If you could die by irony, she would be dead.
Wokeness is a mind virus, and we need humor. We need humor in our lives. We need... Oh, okay, I'm being told that we played the Senator Warren one. Okay, so that was Elon Musk talking about trolling Senator Warren on Twitter. The next clip that we will play will be Elon Musk on wokeness. Elon Musk, obviously one of the largest trolls on planet Earth, tweeted this weekend whether they should delete the W from Twitter, making the company's name Titter. And the responses to that poll, the options were yes or of course. And I think that they absolutely won. All right, guys, if we have the wokeness clip, Elon on wokeness as a mind virus, let's hear what Elon has to say about presumably every member of staff at Twitter being woke and his opinions on this cancerous form of politics.
And I've often wondered whether or not we're,
All right, guys, we're going to skip...
Of wokeness specifically, you mentioned that's like a mind virus and it's destructive. And why do you think wokeness is so destructive?
I'd be interested in your opinions too. But, generally, I think we should be aiming for like a positive society, and you know, that it should be okay to, you know, be humorous. Like, you know, like we should like wokeness basically wants to make comedy illegal, which is not cool.
We've experienced a little bit of that.
I mean, Chappelle, like what the
flower bed.
I mean, try to shut down Chappelle? Come on, man, that's crazy. You know, so do we want a humorless society that is simply rife with condemnation and hate, basically?
And no forgiveness, right?
Yeah. At its heart, wokeness is divisive, exclusionary, and hateful. It basically gives mean people a reason. It gives them a shield to be mean and cruel, armored in false virtue.
I apologize for the mess up in the order of clips there. Ladies and gentlemen, as I've said, we are on baby watch here. We weren't even sure we'd be able to get a show in today, but here we are. We're sort of sitting in the Johnson household waiting for the hospital to call in, and so we sort of put the show together. Last minute, kind of slapped a few things together, and so a clip was out of order there. And of course, I may be yanked out of the studio at any time to head into the hospital, but I think it's probably having to do with Joe Biden's staffing shortages, which are hitting the medical profession really, really hard, and of course affecting all of us. That my wife and I may be in a bit of a holding pattern here. So anyway, forgive the mix-up in clips there. The reason why is that we weren't even counting on doing a show today, but here we are. This is also the reason why we're doing a show today, is because it's just so glorious, this story. We're so excited about this moment. It's going to send shockwaves through all of tech and all of social media, who have gloried in silencing conservatives for a very, very long time. Elon Musk has had very harsh opinions on social media. He told Joe Rogan, one of the best free thinkers out there, about his opinions on social media recently in an interview. Check it out.
I've often wondered whether or not our ultimate goal is to give birth to some new thing, and that's why we're so obsessed with technology. Because it's not like this technology is really, I mean, it's certainly enhancing our lives in a certain way, but ultimately, is it making people happier right now? Most technology, I would say no. In fact, you and I were talking about social media before this, about just not having Instagram on your phone and not dealing, and you feel better.
Yes, I think that one of the issues with social media that's been pointed out by many people is that I think maybe particularly Instagram, people look like they have a much better life than they really do.
Right.
So
by design.
Yeah, people are posting pictures of when they're really happy. They're modifying those pictures to be better looking. Even if they're not modifying the pictures, they're at least selecting the pictures for the best lighting, the best angle. So people basically seem they're way better looking than they basically really are.
Right.
And they're way happier seeming than they really are. So if you look at everyone on Instagram, you might think, man, they're all these happy, beautiful people, and I'm not that good looking, and I'm not happy. So I must suck, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think that we have, again, a white knight in our presence, in our midst. Elon Musk is indeed someone who's actively trying to make the world a better place. Nothing makes the world a worse place than the inability to speak and the feeling like you're not heard. You got to understand, the reason that free speech is so important is that it's a pressure valve release. There is a release when you believe that you are being heard, when you have the right to speak, when you have the right to a free exchange of ideas. The way that society gets to where we are now in America, where it feels like the pressure pot is just ready to blow. I mean, it just feels like it feels like there are so many pressures on what used to be a happy and harmonious country, which used to have a lot of things in common. There used to be so much that we had in common as a country. I think back to like the early 90s and having a Michael Jordan or Shaquille O'Neal poster on my wall, thinking about the things that every American Democrat, Republican, or in the middle could sort of agree upon, standing for the national anthem, our basic human rights, our basic rights in the Declaration of Independence, our basic rights in the Bill of Rights, things that were sort of generally and totally in the public square agreed upon by both sides. Looting is bad. Police are good. We should fund our police. Schools should not be indoctrination camps. People should have the capacity to find and to state free ideas. You should be able to criticize your leaders. We've lost all that in the last couple decades, and it's created a pressure cooker in our society that isn't healthy. That's why unleashing the power of free speech and free narratives and free conversation and freeing the locked accounts that are currently on Twitter would be so helpful. It would be soothing. It would lower the temperature, not raise the temperature. The only people who are trying to raise the temperature are the people who want to get power out of control. Those people are evil. They are doing what every single authoritarian and dictator has done past, and they are in, by the way, that dark heritage of every evil person and evil leader on the planet, controlling how you think, controlling what you can see, controlling your very body. That's right. If you were for a vaccine mandate, a universal vaccine mandate, then you are for the control of another person's body. We cannot state it enough that these are the kind of things that snap a society and break a society. That's why we're extremely excited about this moment. We can put the tweet up right now about the breaking news as it pertains to Twitter shareholder Prince Waleed. Isn't that interesting? So it's some prince inside of a theocracy, presumably, right? Where there is no free speech, right? Where there are no human rights. Totally important that he owns a ton of Twitter, right? Unbelievable. Twitter growth prospects. It is below the value of what he believes Twitter will grow into. Man, have you guys seen Twitter stock price? Do we have the stock price again of Twitter? The Twitter stock price has crashed through the floor this year. It's been cut in half with the further lurch towards the woke and the further lurch towards censorship. People don't want more censorship. They want, and this is, of course, Twitter's stock price going down, and the giant spike up, if I'm reading this correctly, would be Elon Musk coming in, and that shot the rocket ship of the stock price up because people believed that he could fix the company, and then that's where it currently hovers right now at 45. Elon Musk could fix the company. We even have a meme to that effect. We hope that Twitter does the right thing and sells itself to somebody who could fix the place and not make it the time vampire cesspool of leftism that it is absolutely swirling the toilet of. Here is our wonderful on-staff memer. Devil's Advocate is his meme pseudonym. He is the in-house meme maker for Team Benny, and he made a wonderful projection of what it would look like if Elon Musk took over Twitter. Please enjoy. I think that's the scene from Wolf of Wall Street when the feds raid the fraudulent hedge fund and everyone is shredding their documents and burning all of the evidence. It's amazing, amazing scene. We hope for the best. We long for freedom. And quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know if you're on the right side of history, all you need to do is ask, do I wish to control another human being? Do I wish to silence another human being? Or do I wish for openness and freedom and the liberty to make jokes and to make memes and to have everyone talk and to have your ideas withstand an open market forum of free ideas? Could your ideas stand up to that? Will your worldview win out? In a free world, our worldview on this show wins every single time. Godspeed, Elon Musk. You have your priorities set right, just like we do on this show. God, family, country, that comes first. We were born free men and women, and we intend to stay that way. Elon Musk buying Twitter? Boy, man, he could keep us all free, and that would be a beautiful, beautiful thing. We do prioritize our family, and we are very, very excited in the Johnson family to announce that we will be welcoming a new baby Johnson, maybe sometime today. We'll see. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen. But please, a prayer for my family and my wife, Nurse Kate, as we go into the excitement of welcoming Johnson baby number 2. We are so excited to be giving a birth here in the free state of Florida, a state that also has its priorities right and that encourages parenthood and fatherhood. And we encourage you, by the way, if you're thinking about it, to take the plunge and become parents. We need more good parents. We need more good families. They are the number one bulwark against the oppression and against people believing that the government is their daddy, right? It's not the way it's designed to be. That's the wrong way to view the world. It's upside down. You've got to embrace the fact that we were designed and that we were created and that we have natural and human rights, and among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is the way to live, ladies and gentlemen. We will be very, very happy welcoming Johnson baby number 2. We want liberty and we want life, and we say Godspeed, Elon Musk. Get Twitter. Come on, get Twitter. And then bring the GOAT back. Bring back Orange Man and a bunch of other people. Boy, that'd be really fun. Boy, we are very excited and optimistic this morning. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if I, don't hear from me, have an amazing Good Friday and an amazing Easter. God bless you.